I wish somebody told me this sooner than later. And it was a tough lesson for me to learn in my 20s, but you gotta stop hanging out with losers. They are taking you nowhere. They are not worth your time, and it's not worth saving those relationships. When you surround yourself with people that are not good for you, there's so many things that take a negative spiral in your life. Because these people, they're engaging in negative, destructive, or unproductive behavior, and that drags you down as well. It's tough. I've been there. Distancing yourself from them, trying to cut these people out, standing your ground. It's not easy, but believe me, it's a lesson that I learned a little too late, and I don't want anybody else to have to struggle with those same issues. Firstly, your mental health is the most important thing because that's what keeps the clock ticking. That is you in that moment, going through life, learning about yourself, setting different goals for yourself. That gets hindered. When you surround yourself with losers, it's this constant negativity. It affects your mood, it affects your self esteem, and you have a lack of motivation because you're riding this wave. You're following this crowd, and I get it. It's not easy. A lot of these people, perhaps you grew up with them. Maybe they're your neighbors, or you went to school together, or maybe you were in certain clubs or play sports together. You come to this realization that these people don't want to move forward in life. They're not headed in a particular direction. They might be happy sacrificing all the greatness that can come with making the right decisions, but you got to break away from that. I get it. In the moment, it seems so fun, right? Hanging out with the same people, spending so many hours. You're sacrificing weeknights, you're hitting them up first thing come weekends, and in the moment, you're all running together to 7-Eleven, grabbing some munchies and pack a backwoods while we're at it, and you're just wasting time. You're indulging in these behaviors that it just doesn't bring you anything. You're blowing through so much money, you're wasting time, and there's nothing fruitful of these conversations that come with these people. You're hanging out, and a lot of times you're just talking about useless stuff. Nothing that's going to help you progress, nothing regarding making financial decisions that are going to benefit you or trying to get through school. If anything, a lot of these people might be the type of people that are going to tell you, hey, why not just cut class and let's hang out? And I'm ashamed to say that I've been there. I've been surrounded by people that I grew up with, and they weren't really the best people for me to have in my circle. And I'm glad that I started to realize it in my later 20s. And sure, there are times when you have these great memories with these individuals. You grew up with them and there's things to look back on, but holding on to the good times, trying to relive old memories, or just for the sake of, oh, I've known this person for a long time, I need to save this relationship. No, it's not worth it. It really isn't. When you surround yourself with people that are losers, you're spending time with people who are engaging in harmful behaviors, and you adopt those same habits. You adopt that same mindset. You're the average of the five people that you hang out with the most. You'll notice that your speech patterns, the way you view life, the career path that you might embark on, all of these things are influenced by these same people that you hold so dearly. I'll be the first to tell you, when that light switch goes off, if you're down, they're not there to check up on you. They will evacuate the situation quicker than you can count to three. So in instances like this, you have to maintain focus. You got to be around people that aren't going to waste your time, and you need to avoid these people so you can cater to your responsibilities and your own priorities in life. If you got to go to the gym, if you are working on a side hustle, if you want to spend time with people that are more deserving of your time, then they absolutely hold that preference. Spending time with losers is just gonna hinder you from the bigger objective in life, that main goal. You need to preserve your energy because toxic relationships, they drain you emotionally, they leave you with less energy because, I mean, let's be real, if you're spending a lot of your time with these quote unquote friends, getting hammered or doing stuff that's harmful to your body, you're not going to have energy to do all the other things that are going to help you progress in life, like waking up early, setting a schedule. Maybe you have to study for the MCAT or you have to go to the gym. you're not going to have energy for all of these things. You're not going to have energy to go to work. They don't care because they don't hold those values in their mind. You have to set those boundaries with these people. I want you to realize that you're going to need time alone. I spoke about this briefly in a previous video of the power that comes with maintaining a sense of individuality, trying to navigate life, and canceling out that noise, spending time alone, reflecting, changing your own habits, realizing that you can look in the mirror and say, you know what? There's a lot that needs to be fixed. And that's a big realization to come to be able to stand in front of a mirror and realize that I'm not perfect, far from it, if anything, and I need to take steps that are going to lead me in the direction that is going to give me the life that I want. You have to be sincere with yourself. You have to humble yourself when you have these discussions with yourself. And you got to cut these people out. Looking back on, time that I've spent with people in my early 20s, if I had to draw a conclusion based off where we, last met and where our friendship was left off, I can assure you that it's sad, but these people, they're not really going anywhere in life. They're not making the right decisions. They're not valuing the power of time that we have. Time is such a powerful thing. It's the most powerful resource that we have. And the more time that we waste dilly-dallying and wasting time on stuff that's just wasting our money, right? Because a lot of times these guys, they're going to be indulged in habits that are going to waste a lot of your time and money. So once you come to that realization that, you want more from life, you can't have it. You can't have that path to success hanging out with people like that. When you surround yourself with the right people and when you shift your mindset, when you realize that you have a greater calling, everything else starts to fall into place. You'll notice your financial health starts to improve. You're starting to save money. You're not wasting money on stupid experiences that aren't going to take you anywhere. You're not chasing the next high. You're chasing the type of success that's going to unlock something greater. Most importantly, I think the main message here is that, you cut out these negative people out of your life, you take time to yourself, and you learn to surround yourself with other people that want to go in the direction that you desire in life. Find people that are like-minded individuals. If you want to become a doctor, you best believe you want to surround yourself with people that have that same mission in mind. Hanging out with people that just maybe they want to play video games for hours on end, and no shot at video games. I love video games, but there's a time and place for it. People that just want to do everything other than productivity. These conversations, I don't know if, anybody else in the comments can maybe share on some conversations or certain gatherings that they've been a part of, but they're just such aimless conversations. You're just talking about dumb stuff for hours on end, and it's not taking you anywhere. I don't want that for you guys, and I certainly don't want it for myself. So I've definitely taken an active effort to start canceling out people that just aren't aligned with where I want to go in life. It's not the easiest decision to make at times, but trust me, you'll thank yourself later. Stop hanging out with losers and take control of your life, because you're not a loser. You're a great individual. And there's so much out there that it's yours for the taking. You have to go out and grab it. But it's not going to happen if you're not going to change your routine, and it's not going to happen if you don't cut out people that aren't going to facilitate that for you, or people that just aren't interested in seeing you grow. In life, we're always students. Always a student. That's the mindset I like to carry. There's always something to learn. You're not an expert at everything. And if you need to go out and learn things, you're not going to attain that hanging out with the same people that are always bringing you down. Here's to all those old relationships. Perhaps we had fun in the moment. Maybe it wasn't all bad, but it's farewell for now. It's time to go out and grab what we deserve and work on that. I'd love to hear from others in the comments, Have you had to cut out negative friends, and how's that been going for you? Have you been through situations where it was just the greater move to make and you had to overcome it? I hope that if you're on the fence about it, just take the time to go for it, man. We all got to just take that first step. My name is Sam Sagar. I want to thank everybody for watching that quick video. Stay tuned. I'm looking forward to making more videos on topics like these. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.